Right, today we will be unboxing the Virtual Toys Wasteland Ranger range, the Furiosa. So this is taken from the 2015 George Miller film, Mad Max Fury Road. I'm Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. She obviously plays the Imperator Furiosa role, and this is what this model represents. They clearly haven't got licensing to actually name it correctly, but as we will see, hopefully, it's a very, very good interpretation of what Furiosa actually looks like. So let's get on with the unboxing. So the lighting here isn't great. So the box itself, quite basic. Got some imagery on here from the Fury Road film. Some of the vehicles they used in some of the raiding and transporting of fuel, etc. And then we have the model itself. Sort of fairly basic, standard Virtual Toys packaging. Road to hell, hope is a mistake. Some of the wording on the back. That's pretty cool. Let's see what she looks like. So, what have we got in here? Plastic packaging, obviously to protect her. Let's lift the first cover off and get a first glimpse of what she looks like. And there she is. So, she looks fantastic. You can already see some of the detail on the clothing here. Let's just remove the boxing and have a closer look. So there's actually a rear element to the boxing which contains some of the accessories and a very nice looking stand which I'll show you shortly. So the grand reveal. Dun, dun, dun. Oh wow. The face detail, let's have a look at this. That's very good. Very good indeed. See if we can get a bit closer for you guys. See what you think about that. Well, I think that detail's pretty good. She looks nice and dirty where she's been travelling around in the desert. Clothes look fantastically distressed and dust covered. Hair, pretty accurate to the film, I'd say. Short cropped, maybe a bit darker than you would imagine. But I think some of that's the light we're seeing here, and actually when I look closely it's actually got quite sandy coloured. Right, let's have a look at some of her garments. So let's remove some of the rest of this packaging. So, there we go. So, just having a look at this, it would appear to be her fake arm from the film. She obviously has lost one of her arms and she has a prosthetic, rather futuristic prosthetic. Get some scissors on that. Let's see what that looks like. Wow. I've heard complaints that this actually looks a little larger than you would imagine in the film. Possibly agree. The claw hand is pretty gigantic if you compare it to other parts for a body, for example. But the detail on this is fantastic. Got sort of fake taping here holding it together. Is there any articulation on the? Yes, there's articulation across all the joints here. Saying that the small one doesn't, the two larger ones do, and the thumb does. So let's see if we can fit that on. Okay, so not sure what everyone thinks, but yeah, it's quite big compared to the rest of her. Anyway, so what else have we got here? We've got some lovely detail here on these packs at the back. Not sure how well that's going to stay down though. That appears to be needs some adjustment maybe. These kind of fake leather pouches she has. Yeah, we need to work on that. So that one's kicking up, the same there, but we can work on that. So, let's see. Fantastic detail on the metalwork on her belt. I hooked up a bit on there, but even around the logo, the fire sort of shield logo there with the skull in the centre. Wonderful detail, absolutely wonderful. And all this is metal. This is kind of pleather with metal buckles. We have this strapping down here. All this is plastic, but these studs again are metal with pleather. I say, as I mentioned before, her the cloth used to do her sort of vest top has been brilliantly stained to make it look as if she truly has been out there in the savage wastelands for a long time. Boots, again, these are kind of moulded plastic boots, but she's got these chaps, so kind of again another material. I'd say this is more of a sort of fabric, rough fabric, sewn onto the bottom of, again, some pleather trousers. Wonderful detail there. Feels very, very nice. This combination of different materials, shiny pleather, which I think are actually supposed to be the chaps themselves, hanging over these, almost like gaiters actually, with again a pleather boot accessory here. Right, I'll have to sort out some of this strapping later. I have some concerns over it, but I think once we are working, there is actually a gap in these pouches to slip in the holder. So I'm sure we'll be fine there. Yeah. Okay, we have an additional hand with what looks like to be, I'd say, effectively a pistol grip. Yep. Some lovely goggles here. They are fantastic. Plastic lenses and sort of distress, very sort of punk, steampunkish look. A sort of pleathery strap, again with a buckle, which I think we could probably fit on. There we go. They actually look a bit small. I think in reality is they wouldn't really sit well over our eyes. Let's try that out. Let's see how that would look. But I have a feeling they are going to be too small. They just about work actually. I think I'm glad I'm not looking through them. They may be a bit close together, but anyway, the effect's good. What else have we got? So let's move her over to the side or to the behind for a bit. We have got some additional things in the accessory box. This is sat behind the main model box. What do we have in here? Oh wow, that is truly epic. Check out this gun. Looks like almost like a sort of a rather old bolt action rifle, but with it's been accessorised with quite a significant scope on here, almost like a sniper level scope, and additions to the stock here appear to be, what I'd say is, get that detail. So it's again like a pleather strapping, maybe sort of a protector for the shoulder area or chest area when you're firing. But looks very good. Detail on the wood there. It's all plastic, but I think you agree they've done a nice job, certainly on the weathering effects on the scope there. Sprayed. Yeah, very effective. So we also have multiple bullets, tiny little bullets. We have 5 of those gold colour rounds, which possibly I will need to look into it, confirm where they sit, but I suspect they go in to a pouch somewhere or potentially on her belt. We also have a very cool looking pistol, which really looks like a flare pistol, firing flares. Again, very steampunkish. Detail the cutter actually painted the trigger and the bolt going through the stock. Opens and closes nicely. It's quite secure, so it doesn't pop back down again. Let's get the detail there. There we go. So I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on there. It's happy to stay locked, which is good. Yeah, very nice. What does it even say on that? Can I read that? Wesley and Scott, I think it says. It's hard to read, but there's certainly some sort of manufacturing stamp on the gun, which is fantastic level of detail. We also have the sort of ball and socket bone dagger, which looks truly lethal. Get the camera to focus, there we go. Nice point on there. Camera's trying to focus on, there you go. See nice shading around the bone structure there. Also on the connecting metal ring to the shank. There we go. That's very nice. Second to last accessory is, again, I believe this is some sort of oh, this will be for the larger of the two, sorry, the pistol, I should say. And this looks like one of the actually one of the it is indeed, yeah, ammunition for that pistol. Whether it's a flare, I'm not sure, but fits in there nicely. Works well, drops out. There we go. Nice little addition. And lastly but not least, oh no, there is more. I tell a lie, there is more. There is another more traditional automatic pistol here. Something I'm sure you would recognise from many other sort of military type models. Fairly stock, almost military police type pistol. Still, it's not bad. Detail looks nice. Not overly fitting with her kind of theme of what she represents, what she's wearing, but I think that was actually part of one of the items she did carry anyway. So on to a stand. Let's have a look how they put this stand together. It looks good. It says Wasteland Ranger on it, Furiosa, and it's been put together. I mean, there's not much in the word detail on there. They kind of made it look sandy coloured, I suppose. Yeah, it's okay. It's what it is. I wouldn't say it's the most amazing sort of stand to represent what I could put a bit more detail from the film, maybe a bit more sort of fake sand on here, or I don't know, just maybe colour it slightly if it made it sort of put a bit of texture on here. It's just a very smooth, sandy coloured stand. But anyway, a stand nonetheless, and useful. See how she positions on there. Yep. So let's get a couple of her accessories on her, just to give you a final idea. Let's put that into one of her belts. There we go. And let's see if she wants to take the rifle. I haven't really mentioned articulation. There is actually, yeah, good articulation on the arm joints. Possibly not so much on this one because we've got quite a bit of accessories on here and clothing. So yeah, this one has, the left arm's a bit limited due to kind of shoulder padding and some of the strap work on there. Head, well movable, feels good and strong, and it's going to move around too much. And again, the legs articulate fairly well. Not much forward movement, unfortunately, so it's quite limited there. Nonetheless, let's see if we can get her holding a rifle. I think we're going to need to change hands. Let's give her another hand. See if we give her the pistol grip. Okay, that is not the best fit. There we go, it's on there. Right, let's give this a go. I don't think that's going to sit too well in there, to be honest. That may have to be someone slung over her back or such. Let's put one of this. Let's put this more punk later on. Flare gun. Yep, I think that sits fairly well. Suitably threatening. And just lastly put in the last weapon. I just slip that into a belt there. Okay, there we have her. The Wasteland Ranger Furiosa by Virtual Toys. Worthy addition to your collection. Very reasonably priced for a 1/6 scale. Not perfect, and a little too overscaled, I'd say. Some of the articulation on the legs, etc., is limited. And some of the accessories are not bad, but they could be a bit more thoughtfully put together, I think. Certainly on these pouches, but I'll work on that. Thanks for watching. Bye.